Welcome to the More to Life podcast. I'm your host, Kate Philpott, and I'm a multi-passionate, big dream enthusiast. Here, we're all about becoming your best self and achieving your biggest dreams. Because your dream life does not only have to exist inside your mind. So, if you're an absolute boss of a woman looking for practical strategies to create your dream life, as well as an abundance of tips and tricks to level up your mindset and become limitless, then this is the podcast for you. So listen along, share a screenshot of the episode on your Instagram stories, and tag me at More to Life Kate, and I would love to shout you out. I'm so excited for you to absolutely up-level whatever part or parts of your life that you want to. It's time to get more out of your life, honey. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the More to Life podcast. In today's episode, we'll be talking all about creating your dream body. Now, this looks different for everyone. Maybe it's to build some juicy glutes, or maybe you want a smaller waist, or a different dress size, or maybe you just want your body to function as efficiently as possible. The list really does go on. But before we get into it, I want to acknowledge the fact that every body is beautiful. And I know it sounds so fake and cheesy and whatever, but it's the truth, right? It's the goddamn truth. Your body right now is worthy of love and worthy of your appreciation. And just because there might be something you want to change about it doesn't mean that you need to hate it, or that every time you see it in the mirror you think, oh, bleh. Your body is beautiful now, and it is doing so much for you. Once or twice I've gone and written down a whole list of everything, well, not everything, but everything I can think of that my body is actually doing for me. And it just gives you such a grander appreciation for what your body actually does for you. Like, even just the fact that you can hear this with your ears right now, and the fact that you're breathing. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. There is so much to appreciate about your body, but I also understand that maybe you're not 100% happy with every single little aspect of it, and that's okay. I mean, we'll get into the whole things and things, but I just really wanted to make that clear from the get-go. Ultimately, our dream body is the body that makes us feel like our best self, our most confident self, and like we can take over the world if we need to. And I also want to clarify again that I am qualified as a personal trainer, so just know that anything I do say is coming from research-based approaches. Now, this will be like the fitness edition. Obviously, there's more to it than what I will say, but let me know if you want a part 2. I will probably do a part 2 more nutrition based, but by the end of this episode, you will know how to stay consistent in the process. Because, I mean, what is the point in just doing a workout or working out for a week or two and then not doing it anymore? Like, that's just not going to get you anywhere. We'll also be covering the best approach for the aesthetic you're after, daily practices, and a bonus tool, aligning your mindset with your ideal body. Okay, so the win of the week, if you will. When I'm saying win of the week, I mean all these episodes for the first while are pre-recorded, so they're just the win of the episode. But in the last short period of time, I have been manifesting a ton of abundance. I mean, I recently signed up to a money manifestation course, and I had this goal to manifest €3,200 in the next 2 weeks, because that was based off things that I wanted to buy. And one of these things was a sizable purchase that was €2,900 of that goal, right? And it was a certain piece of equipment that I needed to solve a particular problem in my business. The day after I signed up to this course, something something amazing happened. I became aware of a certain solution to the problem that I was having, and this solution was only €200 instead of 2,900. And the thing does the exact same job, and I am not missing out in any way, shape, or form. So I'm sharing that to remind you that abundance is everywhere. And if you're working on attracting money and prosperity, it might not be in the form of cash in hand or a raise or a refund, or, it could come to you in a very specific way, such as you were about to spend nearly 3 grand on something and you end up spending only €200. Essentially, you're manifesting nearly 3 grand. I just want to clarify that that counts as money manifestation as well. All right, but that's the win of the week. Now let's get into the episode. All right, my first tip for helping you get your dream body is resistance training. Now, as I'm saying this, I'm like, well, not everybody has the same dream body, blah, 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 blah. But I do want to say, if your goals are any way aesthetic, in any way aesthetic, should I say, this will absolutely help for a few reasons. What you're essentially doing in resistance training is breaking down the muscle, and through your nutrition and your rest, that muscle comes back bigger and or stronger. And no, you will not turn into the Michelin woman. These women that you see on stage with the huge muscles and you're like, oh my god, their boobs are hardly boobs, or whatever. That takes a lot of everything. Like a lot of work, a lot of massive bulking and muscle building phases, and then extreme fat loss phases. And it's not just going to happen by default. Okay, now that that part is covered, the reason why we want more muscle mass is muscle tissue takes more energy to sustain than any other tissue, any other bodily tissue, right? And when I say energy, I mean calories. So with more muscle tissue, you burn more calories just by existing. That's it, right? And with the added muscle, you get the extra shapeliness. And on women, it comes out in a very in feminine curves, like with your glutes and your shoulders, and everything just looks like that nice curvy feminine look. Again, everybody is beautiful, but if there are curves you want, the hourglass figure, any aesthetic goal really, if you want to be leaner, if toned is a big word thrown around in fitness. If that's what you want, some form of resistance training must be in your routine. Make those muscles hurt. Again, everybody is beautiful, but just in case you want to change it, that is the way to go. How do we implement this? I mean, ultimately, it really just comes down to just doing it. If you want, I guess, more guidance on how to structure your workouts and things like that for, best results, then I would say let me know, and I'm more than happy to do more episodes on that, more podcast episodes. But in basic terms, I would say head over to the likes of YouTube, type in the body part, well, let's just say glutes, and type in, I don't know, 30 minutes if that's what you have. You can type in things like no equipment or resistance bands or, dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever you have. If you have no equipment, that's fine. You're still gonna be able to get a good workout in. There are even workouts on YouTube that are like no noise workouts. So if you've got neighbors below you, or if you're in an apartment building, anything like that, you can literally do workouts specific for that. So it's quite cool. There's quite a lot to choose from, especially in this day and age. But yeah, use workouts like that as a guideline, and without me getting too deep into the likes of the how of resistance training, strength training, whatever you want to call it, I would say a number one tip: time under tension is a huge thing. And it's even a huge thing that a lot of fitnessy people forget. For example, say you're doing squats. How about take your time with it? Go on the way down, make it last 3 seconds. And then maybe you want to pop up faster, and then slow on the way down, and then pop up faster. Your muscles are under tension for longer, which is going to break down more of that muscle tissue so that it can build back up better and stronger. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that's a top tip. That was something that I used quite a lot when I was personal training. Okay, into the second tip for how to create your dream body. Now, this is less practical, but I mean, this is practical too, but less like sciencey. But girl, do something you actually enjoy. The number one reason why people don't stick to their fitness regime for a long enough time to see results, or don't stick to any kind of fitness routine in general, is they don't enjoy it. Not enjoying it is one thing. A lot of people just do things that they hate because they think that that is the thing that's going to get them results. Now, if we had this unlimited discipline and motivation, maybe that would work. But we are human. That's not really a luxury that we have. Your routine should be something that you can stick to long term so that you can have your hot girl summer every damn day of the year. Simply put. There is no point in joining a 12-week boot camp if you hate working out with people and you hate every single second of boot camp classes, and you only signed up because you think that is the only way you can get results. Sure, it might get you some results, but you will probably end up rebounding back the other way because you built up this resentment towards what you're doing, towards your regime. And that will ultimately give you the opposite of the results you actually want to see. So I would grab a sheet of paper or the notes in your phone or something and write down the following categories, okay? Activity, workout length, workout frequency. And under each of these categories, write down what you could potentially enjoy or thrive at, even. Okay, I'm going to give you a few examples to give you some inspiration because a lot of people don't think of these things. And yeah, I think these things are fun, but obviously everyone's different, so whatever works for you. Okay, here we go. Zumba, pole dancing, striptease classes, regular dance classes, dancing around in your kitchen in your undies, if that's more fun, gymnastics, skipping, rebounding, lifting weights, of course, like I mentioned. Maybe you even want to get yourself a weighted hula hoop and like tone up your core while you're watching Desperate Housewives. Or something that's also really fun, which I tried out when I lived in Australia, was the Zombie Run app. If you want to run, if running is your chosen thing. I mean, personally, I hate running, but this made it fun for me. Basically, you turn on this app, and I don't even know how to explain it, but you can turn on this setting where you are running and you've got these things in your ears saying it's like a mission, and you're, oh my god, the zombies are after you, and you can hear them in your ears all like, ah. It sounds so stupid. It's like, I'm not even into zombie stuff in general, but if you are running and you're not really putting in much effort and then you hear like ah in your ear, you're gonna fucking run. You're gonna fucking go. Right? Like, without a doubt. Okay, so that's another thing as well. Water aerobics. Do you see what I'm getting at? So it doesn't necessarily have to be, again, the likes of, a boot camp or whatever, if that is what you hate, because you're not going to stick to that long term. Therefore, no point. Basically, the main thing is movement and consistency. All right, so some examples for workout length. I suppose don't commit to 60 minutes every single day if you can only mentally deal with it for 15. Because the 60 minutes, yeah, while you have high motivation and discipline, that will work. But then what happens on the days where you're really not in the mood to do it? You will just skip it altogether, right? Like, you're not just going to do 10 to 15 minutes to go easy on yourself. You'll think, oh, well, that's not enough to make a difference. I mean, it actually is. It actually is. I mean, I'm not saying don't go for 60 minutes. If you think you can do 60 minutes, then fucking go for 60 minutes. Like, sometimes that's the workout needs to be that long so that you can actually get in the zone. And that's cool too. For me right now, for example, the best way I can stay consistent is a 20 to 30 minute dance workout. Workout frequency. Again, I would say to try and commit to something that you can keep up with. It could be the likes of 3 workouts a week so that you don't overwhelm yourself, or it could be 6 workouts a week so that you can build momentum. Momentum, cool. Do what works for you. Do what you can enjoy. Sometimes we need to play around with that, but pick a time that you think will work. Go with that for a while, and then if it's starting to not work for some reason or another, it can change. That's the beauty of being a human. You can decide what you want to do. And realistically, we get to decide what our ideal fitness routine is. And it should be a thing of, oh, I get to work out now, not, ugh, I have to work out now. That is how you stay consistent. Hey girl, I'm just interrupting this episode for a little sec to tell you about the More to Life Dream Life Creation Planner and Guided Journal. I've created these tools for you so that you can really get clear on what it is you want, when you want it, and to help you put a plan in place so that you will absolutely get those things. It'll bring you through the practical side of things, creating a plan for building your fear smashing muscle, building sustainable habits, and breaking down your goals into steps that you can actually follow. The Guided Journal is packed full of journal prompts to help you become the strong woman you are on the inside. Both are digital downloads, so you don't have to worry about shipping costs. You can type directly into them, or you also have the option to print them out if that is more inspiring to you. I've left the link for both the Dream Life Creation Planner and Guided Journal in the show notes below. Happy creating! Okay, now into my third dream body tip. This is all about habit. A really, really really beneficial thing to do is to have some sort of fitness habit worked into your day. And what I mean by that is something that's small, like you can get it done in 5 minutes or less, that also brings you towards your goal. And the reason why is because there will be days where you don't get to do your full workout. And the last thing you want is to feel guilty about that. And, a lot of the time people feel really guilty when they get too busy with work and they can't do their workout, or, the kids have some problem and they can't do their workout. Like, you don't need to be a slave to your fitness routine. So if there is a day where you can't get a full workout in, here's the thing, it's all fucking good, okay? It's all good. Something I would suggest so that you can still take a step towards it every single day, no matter what happens, is have a little fitness habit. So I'm going to give you some examples, right? Something that I've done in the past is first thing when I wake up in the morning, I'll hop out of bed, I'll put a sports bra on because I don't want the girls flinging everywhere. But I will do 20 squat jumps. And the thing is, it's over so quickly. And all I would say is in your mind, just keep saying to yourself, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. One foot after the other, or whatever it is. Because you just want to get your heart rate up. That will boost your metabolism for the day, even if you do it well enough. And also, it means that you're constantly reaffirming to yourself, I am taking steps towards my dream body every single day, no matter what kind of day it is, or no matter what happens. If, I get really busy, or the kids need me, or, whatever. And I would, on your workout days, I would still do this, have it as a habit where it's just, you get to the point where it happens naturally. You don't even have to think about it. It's just like, I'm using the first thing in the morning example. Like, first thing you get up and you dance for 5 minutes, or, the 20 squat jumps. Make it 50 if you really want to push yourself. 20 push ups, or hold a wall sit for a minute, 2 minutes, or, whatever. I mean, wall sits can be pretty tough. But the thing is, you constantly reaffirm to yourself you're taking steps towards your dream body. And that's a huge mindset thing as well. And that's on top of the fact that you are actually taking steps towards your dream body. So on days where you work out and you do that as well, great. You're doing two things towards your dream body. On days where you can't work out, you still get to take that little step, and you can tick it off within 2 to 5 minutes, or whatever, however short it is, and you're good. Our habits are what make us who we are. There's a quote that I always come back to with habits, and it says, tell me what you do every day and I'll tell you where you'll be in a year. So if you do 20 squat jumps every day for the next year, chances are you're going to make an impact. And my final tip for creating your dream body, this is my little bonus tip, okay? And this is so important and so underrated and so often forgotten about. So I'm going to say this once, and I would say tattoo it on your forehead, right? Love your body. This is bringing a full circle from what I said at the start, but if you do not love your body throughout this process, you will find yourself almost leaning towards hating it. And guess what? If it is a dress size or a certain size ass that you want, or size waist, or whatever, or even if it's simply to fuel yourself efficiently, whatever it is, when you hit the goal and you haven't done the mindset work, it doesn't just all of a sudden flip like a switch. I'm going to use weight as an example because I don't like using it as an example, but it's just really easy numbers wise. If you want to get to a certain weight and the whole time you're getting towards that weight, you hate your body, and every time you look in the mirror, you're like, oh God, I've got this bit here and that bit there, and I look awful, and all this negative self talk. When you get to that weight, you're not going to all of a sudden look at your body and think, cool, I love this. No, you're still going to have those beliefs that your body is not good enough, or not skinny enough, or not, insert adjective here, enough. Right? Like, so part of the process that is often forgotten about is think what you want to think about your body ultimately down the line now, and appreciate all the little things about your body that are incredible and beautiful and serving you every single day. A big example that I know I've personally heard quite a lot in the last year is, okay, yes, I put on weight in the pandemic, but my body got me through a fucking pandemic. I'm still here. I'm alive. And this body, I'm giving myself a hug right now if you're not watching the video, but this body got me through that. Like, that is phenomenal. And we really need to give our bodies some fucking respect and love, unconditional love. I could probably talk about this forever, but if I continue, I might get a little emotional. It's something that I've struggled with myself in the past, and I've done a lot of work to overcome. And body positivity is actually the reason that I stopped personal training, because I didn't feel comfortable anymore telling my clients, you're not eating the right foods, you're eating too many calories, you need to move more, or all these things. I would say it in a nicer way than that, but like it just didn't resonate with me anymore, because I was like, I am 100% of the belief that everybody is beautiful, and 100% I think take on healthy habits, work out, be interested in your fitness, because this is the only body that you get. But it doesn't deserve to be demonized. That is why I am including this as a little bonus tip. It is something that is so crucial throughout the process of creating your dream body, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure that every day when you look in the mirror that you think, fuck, my body is amazing. It's gotten me this far in life. I'm breathing actual air. How cool is that? I mean, there's so much that it does for us, and yeah, I'm talking, but appreciate your goddamn body. It's beautiful, it's hot, it's sexy. Okay, now let's get to the quote of the week. The quote of the week this week, and this is quite topical, is, you gotta nourish before you can flourish. Oh, yes. Oh my God, I absolutely love that. Your dream body is the one that looks sexy as fuck in your CEO chic wardrobe, yes, but it's also the one that's strong enough to carry boxes of all your new stuff into your new bougie apartment. And it's the one that's fit enough to hike up that mountain and bless your eyeballs with the most life-altering views. And it's also the one that's flexible enough to have the time of your life in the bedroom. So nourish before you can flourish. All right, into our next segment, which is the Q&A. Okay, this person wanted to remain anonymous, but they said, "Hey Kate, I know it's important to believe that my goal will happen and to have faith, but I'm struggling with believing it can actually be real for me. Any advice?" Whew. Okay, that's a really good question. And yeah, I've struggled with that as well, especially when your current reality is so far away from your dream reality. If that is the case, like, I totally get why that can be a struggle. What I would say is there are so many tools that you can use, the likes of visualization and journaling. And for me personally, I love going on like real estate in different countries, like real estate websites, and looking at these beautiful houses. And I'm like, oh, well, those houses exist. Someone has to buy them. And here's the kicker. If someone can buy that house, if anybody in the world can buy that house, that means it's possible to buy that house. So let me just word that in another way, because I'm not sure if that makes total sense. If any person in the world has ever done what you want to do, that is direct feedback that it's possible. And they're no more worthy of that than you are, and they're no more of a human than you are to deserve something like that. You know, they might have made different decisions or whatever the case may be, but the fact of the matter is, if anybody in the world has done it, that means it's possible. Ultimately, that's something that really, really helps me when I'm starting to kind of lose faith or something. Yes, I will do journaling on it. I will do some EFT tapping around worthiness. But the biggest thing for me is the mental reframe of, if anybody's done this before, that is direct feedback that it's possible. It might not feel in any way close, but keep taking steps every single day and keep believing that you can get there. And when I say that, know that it's possible because other people have made it possible. So I hope that helps. And if anybody else has questions, head over to @MoreToLifeKate on Instagram, and I'll often put question stickers on there. And you ask your question, I will throw it on the podcast. Okay, now to conclude in how to create your dream body. Firstly, resistance training, ideally weights, and this will give you those feminine curves that you're after. And also will help you lose extra fat because muscle is the more bougie of the bodily tissues and needs more energy, aka calories. All right, secondly, do something fun. Do an activity that's really fun that you genuinely want to do. That is how you remain consistent with any fitness regime. Because if you think about it, if your chosen activity gives you this rush of endorphins and lights you up, you won't need to be disciplined. You might need to be disciplined just getting started in the workout, but once you get your heart rate up, you will be thriving. Tip number 3 was building some kind of fitness habit into your day, into every day, such as 20 squat jumps in the morning, maybe go for a walk to close off your workday, maybe 10 push-ups before each meal or whatever. And finally, creating a mindset that supports your dream body. So ultimately, that really does come down to appreciation, appreciating your body for what it is right now, for everything that it does for you, and appreciate that it's fit enough to get you to walk up the stairs right now without getting out of breath. And those are my tips on how to create your dream body. Well, ladies, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We will be back tomorrow with episode number 4 because we're still in our launch week, so we have episodes going up every single day. Whew! Oh yeah, baby. I will see you there, gorgeous. Mwah! Well, thank you so much for listening to the More to Life podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure being a part of your day. And listen, if anything at all resonated with you or was particularly valuable, you'd be doing me a massive favor by leaving a 5-star review on iTunes and, of course, sharing the podcast on your Instagram stories. Make sure to tag me @MoreToLifeKate and I will repost on my own stories. Don't forget to check out the show notes for all the links and resources. And again, if you want more in-depth, actionable content, feel free to pop over to patreon.com/MoreToLife, which is also linked in the show notes. You'll gain access to exclusive value-packed workshops, motivational audios where I'll absolutely kick your ass into gear, and a lot of other goodies too. I'm so grateful to have you here. See you next time. Mwah!